Round two.
Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's Arnell, Dice Grinders. We got another last minute roll here for the 2025 Craps Nation International Shooter of the Year. So we got the shooter that's up now is going to be Greg Fuzzy. How's it going, Greg?
Doing good.
All right, sounds like a plan. That's good. Everybody's starting to get their rolls in.
Yep.
So this is the second round of 32 shooters, and the top 16 will be moving on to the next round. So you get 2 rolls in this session, and if you tie, with somebody else, then they'll take the average of the rolls. So pretty much the same as kind of like the first round. It's just instead of 3 rolls, you're getting 2. So it starts getting tougher the more you guys get through these rounds. All right, let's acknowledge some people out there. Looks like you got Chris Demon Dog. Welcome. Jim Badger 87 says you got this. All right, looks like Ewan's out there. Drac says, let's go, Fuzzy, you owe us an ATS. That's funny. All right. Our buddy Ricky Lee's out there. Welcome. He says, do it.
Man of few words.
All right. Chris Dice Degen says, good luck. If anybody wants to throw out a couple dice sets, we can get this going. Put Fuzzy out there. We'll see who else is out there while we're waiting for some sets. All right, Pops is out there. Lightning Shooter. Got Rax Vegas cheering you on. All right, Blue Jay says good luck. Oh, you got a bunch of people out there. Lee Hook, welcome. So Dice Degen is asking for a 6-5-2-3.
Those aimed the right way. You can see them.
Yep, we can see the top and the fronts and yep, left side there. So Pops has another set, 6-2-4-2. All right. Can you turn it just a little bit more? Yeah, there you go. 6-2-4-2. All right, perfect. All right, whenever you're ready. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Aces.
All right, you can just drag it over. 1-1, confirmed.
6-2-8.
All right, 6-2, easy 8, confirmed. That is the point.
Four, 1-5.
All right, 4-1, confirmed.
Four, 1-5.
All right, 5, confirmed.
Aces.
All right, 1-1, confirmed.
Yo. 6-5.
All right, mid-mo yo, confirmed.
Six, 4-10. Might be a tough one here. Left-handed. There we go.
All right, 6-4, confirmed.
Aces. Just a crapless table.
All right, 1-1, confirmed.
Five, 3-8.
All right, 5-3-8, confirmed.
Has the point correct?
Yes, frontline winner, sorry.
Okay. All right.
Come out roll.
Five, 1-6. Mixer.
All right, 6 is the point.
415.
All right, 415 confirmed.
$516 mixer.
All right, 6 confirmed. That's a frontline winner.
Uh, 617.
All right, 6-1 natural.
$516.
All right, 516 confirmed. That's your point again.
$527.
All right, that's a good roll. That is a 15 roller for your first roll, so good job. You got a bunch more people out there that showed up. Ted Berry, Marble Fourth, SJ. You got Magic Aces out there. Fectago. I'm probably butchering that name, but they're out there. Ben's out there. Wisco 330. So, a bunch of people watching your rolls there. So, whenever you're ready. Second roll.
$639.
All right. 6-3 confirmed. 9 is your point.
$426.
4-2 confirmed.
$426.
4-2. Nice hit.
Hard four.
All right. Hard four. Confirmed.
Six one seven.
All right. Good roll. Second roll was 5. So first roll 15, second roll 5. So how'd you feel there?
Oh, a little bit of butterflies at the beginning, but
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, you got in the double
yeah,
digit rolls, at least for one of the rolls, so I think that's good.
yeah.
All right, yep. A few more people showed up. Tito, nice. Alfredo said good job. Yeah, I think your first roll, you were hammering those aces for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
When you mentioned the
yeah,
crap list table, I'm like, yeah, we'd be making money on a crap list. You hit it like that.
yeah, yeah,
But it's funny how that goes because usually you're hitting the crap numbers and you're not on a crap list, and then you're on a crap list and
yeah,
not hitting
yeah.
any
I
crap
wouldn't have.
numbers.
Yeah,
So I hate when that happens.
yeah,
So did you end up going to the Hard Rock the other day?
yeah,
I know you
yeah.
mentioned that.
I actually
How
went
was
there
it?
today. Today also,
Oh yeah, it
I
did
met
rain a little
Ben.
bit.
I met Ben up there, so
Oh,
no,
good deal.
we're caught up. So at the moment, we'll start in sometime this week again. It dries up a little bit.
Yeah. So how many tables did they have going today
One,
over there? Just
one,
one.
and I think the second table they open like I think they said weekend nights.
Yeah, only on the weekends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice table. It's pretty comparable to what Harris has at Joliet.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Pretty
too
firm,
when I played
pretty
there.
firm. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's where Ben's been going to because I think it's closer
But
for him.
yeah, it's real close, and yeah, I think he was said he had a something they had to do in the morning. I was halfway there, so like, oh, I'll drive up there if I don't have anything come up. Nothing came up by 8 o'clock, so I guess I'm gone till 2 o'clock.
There you go. So did they have some shooters there?
Uh, no, it's all random people besides Ben. Ben had a couple good rolls.
I'm surprised because
He
when I
did
went
good.
there, there was a couple guys that were stick left, and they were actually keeping track of their rolls.
Oh,
They look
no, they
younger,
weren't there this time. No,
but what they
nope.
were doing is
And
they were,
everybody. I got there. I was the first one there, so I went stick left one. Ben came, so I let him do stick left one, and I went stick left two, which is the same position because
yeah,
when I was there the other day, they never said anything about my arm crossing in front of the stick guy, but I could, in the back of my head, is like causing me to explore to shorten my release a little bit, just thinking about it. So, like, I'm just going to shoot stick left 1.5 or two, and so did he. So,
yeah.
I I did thought I did halfway decent there, but there was like six people on that side and only one person on the other side. So
That's funny. We've
so
had that
Ben's
at
like,
Harris before too.
I'll move over there. I'm moving to
Uh,
stick right because the dealers were struggling today. I was not super impressed with this crew. The
yeah,
Thursday
they were pretty
morning
green when I
crew, I
went
thought they
there.
were pretty good. Well, I don't know. One guy had a concussion like yesterday or the day before from on a four-wheeler accident, so he was struggling to pay, to press a $18 six to 42. I dropped $3, and
You
he was
confused
totally
them.
lost. He had no idea. He's like, nothing's going in my head. I can't do anything. So they ended up putting him on the stick and just left him there.
Hmm.
The other dealers would come in, they'd go move right over to the other, to one of the side or the other. Left him on the stick because he could do that part, you know. So just so he didn't, that I suppose they might have been short a dealer if he left. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's struggled. So I kind of
But they
tried to
weren't giving
ease.
you heat, right? Because you said you were
No,
worried about
absolutely not.
getting past
No, no.
the
But I
stick
moved over to
man.
stick right, and I didn't do so good over there. So and it got to where like, oh, I'm out of here. Ben
Yeah.
stayed a little longer, so I don't know how he ended up. He probably I had a monster roll right after I left, but that's the way it goes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's hard rock in Rockford, Ricky.
Yep. Now,
Yep.
did they have the tables open early, or it was like late?
No, 10, 8, 10, 10, 10, probably by the time they got it open.
And was there already like a bunch of people waiting?
Nope, nope,
Oh, I'm surprised.
couple, but after somebody's hit some numbers and they start filtering in, and probably had, I don't know, 6 or 8 at the max when I was there.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
No, no.
Yeah.
And I moved in front of Ben when I went to stick right one, and they still let me shoot. So I thought they would make me wait an entire orbit, but they let me shoot. So I guess I
Did
put my pass line bet down and bet like I was the shooter, and
so you didn't
and
have like
and they gave me
you
the
didn't
dice,
bet
so nobody
yet?
said nothing.
Because yeah, most places they want you to have a bet before you actually or
Well, I had a bet.
before
I
you
just
shoot.
wasn't for in that position.
Uh,
I changed. So basically, I went from after Ben to before Ben.
and then they let you shoot
So
again.
yeah, yeah, they let me shoot. So
Oh, because you
which
just moved over. So you
yeah, I
were
just
gonna shoot
moved.
after Ben, but you
Pick
told
left
him you
is
wanted to
yes,
move to the right. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, because that took some of the pressure off of the left side of the table.
Oh yeah, especially if you
Right
got a
side was still wide
bunch of
open.
big guys, you know, all
Yeah, yeah,
squished together on one side.
yep,
Yeah, that is funny to see because we've seen that many times. The
yep.
dealers at Harris would be like, "Why are they all on the one side?" I'm like, "I don't know."
And
That's the
even new
side
people
they
would come
like.
in. They'd come over and crowd in on the busy side instead of
Maybe
the
they
wide
thought it
open
was only a
side.
half table.
I I don't know. I don't know.
That's
But
funny. Well, it's funny to watch when people are like that,
yeah,
all crammed on one side. I mean, I could understand it if all of them want to shoot like the same stick
right.
position,
I'm
which kind of makes
pretty
sense. And
confident
if people
that
step back, then
yeah, they could pick them up and roll them across the table, 2 inches off the table, bouncing off of everything from either side the same. So
yeah,
you know, it's
they didn't seem too strict when I played there.
nope.
I didn't see anybody get any heat and stuff
They
like that.
nope. They didn't. They did not at all. So like I say, I know when I go to Bettendorf, I can. It's on the 10-foot table or 10 and a half or whatever it is. Maybe it's 12. I don't know. Seems short. And I can be at stick left one, and my arm can go clear across
Like you're
basically
dropping
to
it.
the other rail, and they don't say a thing. Basically, it feels like I'm going over there just dropping them in front of the
Yeah, that's
wall,
wild.
but they don't say nothing. But one guy would go in there, and both dice stuck, and we landed like a foot from the wall and just stuck there. Then they said, "Got to hit the back wall." So
Well, how can you miss
Otherwise,
the back wall on a small tub?
but they just stuck. They landed flat again.
Yeah,
I'm trying to land them soft, and
I know.
it's that table's kind of a bouncy one, so you kind of gotta finesse it a little bit. But
Interesting.
the table at the Isle of Capri and Bettendorf, that is a decent table. It's 14 foot, but it's pretty hard also. And
Hmm.
I know um, Big AZ's stopping there on his tour across the country, so
I wonder if that's
that's
the one they give me a junket to. They give me a junket.
no, you're that they do. I don't know if it's Waterloo or some other one out farther out in Iowa that they send
Okay.
stuff to. Uh, at least I get them. I don't know if it's Council Bluffs or
Yeah, maybe
Demon
something
Dog
like
would
that.
know, but he goes to all of them out that way. I've never been to any of them, but
Yeah, because I was
I
thinking about taking the junket when I saw it, but then it showed I had to drive all the way to Green Bay for the airport. And I'm like,
well, you might as well
I might
drive
as
to the
well
Quad
drive there.
Cities. You're
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That's what I was thinking too
Yeah,
when I
I don't know
saw
if it's
that.
Waterloo or there's another one out there that is a must be a bigger one. It's probably over by Omaha, clear on the other side of the state, probably. I get stuff for also, but yeah,
Nice. Oh yeah. So the plan is for me is still the 12th. Uh, didn't get
yeah.
authorized yet, but that's the
Well, at
plan.
least nobody knows it now. It's just the secret is
Yeah.
out.
Not too worried about it. If it is, it is. Like I said, I'm just there to use up all my
Yeah,
coupons, hopefully.
yeah, yeah. There was a bunch of people there getting gift cards or gas cards today, but I was a new shooter, I guess. I even though I was there Thursday and got a card, I went up there to because they didn't give me a PIN number, so I
Okay.
couldn't use the kiosk. So I went up there and she's like, "Well, is this your first time here?" I said, "No." She's like, "Well, I don't. You're you get $10 worth of free play in a slot machine." So I took that, went to some machine by the craps table while I was waiting, and betting 88 cents, I won like $230 off of that. I hit two bonuses, two of the
That's
jackpot
funny.
things, and I've spent the wheel 12 times to use up my 88 cents out of $10 and it's cashed out.
Hey,
Like
sometimes that
no
works,
wonder no
especially
wonder
with
my
the free
wife gets
stuff.
addicted to that stuff.
I'm sure it's easy
It's
for
very
everybody.
addictive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get the free. That's their whole thing. Give the free stuff to get you in the door, and then
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
it because they're hoping you don't win it. But some people
Yeah.
do actually win it. The using the free stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'm not sure if anybody else is going tonight for their rolls, but at least the second round is going quicker.
Yeah. I seen everybody, you know, like, oh, everybody's doing a good job of trying to get them in early. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll jump in. And if
Yeah.
I'm up in Deho, I'm up in Deho.
Uh,
So
I don't think it
this could be all
matters if
right.
you're first or last. Just
No,
try to get it
some
done.
people, I think some people, I've heard them say it that they're going to wait until there's more people shoot so they know that they got it, what the
uh,
goal is.
what the bar is. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
right now the bar is 18. So,
Yep. Yep.
and that's David Nemo overthinking
Yeah.
craps. So he's the
Yep.
guy
Watched him.
to beat for now.
Well, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, it gets tougher when these rounds go on.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you don't get that
This
many
is my first
rolls.
time doing it,
It's
so it's
just
all new
go.
to me. The When you get to the final rounds, not that I got to worry about getting there. When it's head to head, scheduling that might be kind of tough with my job to
Oh, yeah.
coincide with somebody else's job. So, but I might not have to worry about that for a while.
Well, I'm sure when
So
it gets
cross
there,
that cross
they'll,
that when we get there.
yeah, George will figure it out, because
Yep.
I'm sure he'll host whoever's doing, the finals. So
Yeah.
hopefully everything matches up for everybody's schedules, or at least they're able to
Yeah. Yep.
pick a date and time and get it scheduled. Nice. All right, so you're already taking a lot of like cruises and stuff like that you got planned for like the rest of the year,
I
right?
I got one in November. Um, Looking at maybe doing something on what cruise in December and maybe one in January. I've only done
Yeah.
one cruise and now we're looking at doing three of them.
Yeah.
So it's one thing about it. Once you get on the ship and it leaves, no matter what, you're done. You're there. You might as well relax and have fun.
Well, that's the whole point of it, is
Yep. I didn't
use
know
it
if I
like a
would like.
vacation.
Yeah, I didn't know if I'd like being trapped on there, but after the first 2 or 3 days, like this is kind of relaxing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to just be
And I
playing
went
craps
off
all the
with
time.
went off with Giuseppe and his crew, and got off Dominican Republic, I guess. Bought some cigars and laid on the beach under a palm tree and smoked a cigar and had a few drinks and didn't worry about anything.
Yeah, it gets hot though. Every time I'm out there,
Yeah,
I'm like, holy
this was
shit!
January.
It looks
This
nice,
was
but
when we
it's
got
hot.
back to Miami. It was like 60 degrees. It was that polar vortex. So I was worried it was going to be too cold down there, but it was 80. That's
Yeah.
perfect temperature down get down there. So
Oh
no,
yeah, we've been
I kind
there
of like
many
it.
times.
So
You guys got to do like all those like different excursions and stuff like that.
yeah, I got off twice just to go to wherever they were docked at, but I didn't go past the barriers, or one of them was a private island, so there was nowhere to go. But I guess I could have did a zip line or something, but I wasn't doing that. So
Oh yeah,
hmm, Dominican could have done something, but I just wanted to relax, get my cigars.
yeah. You guys are the cigar smokers.
Yeah, just ours. Giuseppe's got. No matter where I'm going, he's like, "Oh, go to this cigar shop. That's a nice guy there," or something like that. So
Was you? Did they show them like rolling them by hand?
we didn't. No, we didn't go there. The guy actually brought them to us,
Oh okay.
like a 30-minute drive, and we had 7 or 8 people that were, with Norma and the people that was with Giuseppe. So we just had him deliver it rather than everybody trying to go down there.
Yeah. There you go. Ricky Lee's asking how the farming's going. Too much rain lately?
No, I kind of wouldn't mind if it rained again.
Yeah, I would think your crops would need it.
Yeah, we got most of it planted, a couple fields to go, but it's it's only May 4th, still early, or right on time.
Yeah. I know a few of those guys sent a text out if anybody was going to Vegas. Looked like May
Yeah,
and June. Looked like a few of them were going, so good luck
yeah,
to them. Hopefully they
yeah,
make that
yeah. I
moolah.
think that next week, couple's going. I think like May 12th. I think that's
Yeah.
the date kind of sticks in my head, but I can't go. I couldn't go till November at the earliest, so
Yeah. I hear you. Well, let me know if you want to go on. Hopefully, you have the same junkets I do. Like to go to like Laughlin or AC or something.
yeah, yeah, yep. I get them. I just
Don't have the
pretty
time.
much throw them away. I don't pay no attention because they're all for the next week or next month or whatever. So
Yeah. I usually see them like a few months out. So
yeah, I don't. I mean, I could do it in February or March or something like that, but I don't know what going to AC in February, how much fun that would be.
well, you're gonna go
I'm
from
sure
cold
it
to
gets
cold.
cold.
It'll be the same type of weather. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably a better time to hit up like Laughlin or any of those, further
yeah.
further south.
I went on some down with when I was playing with MGM all the time down to Biloxi and went to Beau Rivage 2 or 3 times for you fly in at get there
Oh,
at 11 o'clock at night and you leave at 7 a.m. 2 days later or whatever. So basically got one full day and a card or something.
yeah, the ones I go on are usually like, yeah, I want to say like 4.
Oh yeah. Oh, this was maybe you were there 2 full days, but I know you had to. You got there real late and you had to leave real early on the day of departure. So,
Yeah, that's how some of them are.
yeah, that was where I first learned what crapless craps was down at Beau Rivage,
Yeah.
probably about 2012.
Ooh, long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the tables are different now from what you
Oh,
remember.
yeah. Yeah. And it was like 4 or 5 years after, I don't know if it's Hurricane Katrina went through there, and they were saying how, the casino's like 4 stories up, and they said like the waterfront or whatever went up there and went right through into the casino and washed a bunch of chips out to sea, and so they had to
Whew.
redo all their chips, and you had 30 days to cancel or to bring in your old chips or something like that, whatever they were saying. But
Oh, I believe it. I
yeah,
wonder if there was people, if they knew the chips were floating out there, if they were out there
yeah,
trying to find them.
yeah,
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, crazy stuff. Looks like Jay-Z showed up. He said, I keep missing
yeah.
these.
Well, this was not much advance notice on this.
Yeah, I was having technical difficulties. I think even the start of the show, it was showing up like blank. So, but
Yeah,
luckily it popped up, so got it all working. All right. Well, hopefully I see you
yeah.
out of
Round
Harrah's
three.
and at the next round.
Yeah. Well, I got the 12th on my calendar on my phone, so
Yeah, feel free to take it off. Like I said, that's what I'm planning.
yep.
And we're definitely hoping we boost the bankroll that day.
Yep. You and me both.
Yeah, because we need it. That's one of the reasons, I haven't been going up there, playing or meeting up with anybody that's playing, you know,
Yep.
only because, the weekends have been getting packed. And me, I don't really like
Yeah.
playing on those types.
Yeah, me neither. I would like going there at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday when you're the only one there. Maybe it's $5 table or whatever.
Yeah. I know that's what they've been saying, that they've started out at like 5 min during the week. But then it goes up like by 10, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty early. Which is fine. I mean, at least it gives
Yep.
options. I mean, it doesn't
Yes,
mean you have to
it's-
start at 5. You could still bet like you normally do.
Oh
and then
yeah. It's
drop down.
Yep.
But with the
Once you
$5,
put
it's,
$5 in the field,
yeah.
like Hard Rock, $15 table. Well, you got to bet 15 if you want to do a field or something. So
Yeah. The $5 is interesting because then it's, you don't mind. You can bet the,
yeah, it's just like
30 something across or whatever it
$5.
is, and just
Yeah.
let it ride on whoever.
Yeah.
Yep, good stuff. All right. Well, I know you probably need to get going. We don't want you to, get caught
Yep.
out, while it's dark out.
And hit a deer.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to hear about it. Any stories of you hitting any animals
Yeah.
and having to get a new car or
Yeah.
something
It
like
seems
that.
like I got to cross the safari to get 5 miles from my shop, and there's nothing but bare fields around there. But them deer like crossing right where I'm in my path at 10 o'clock at night. So
Yeah. Now, I've been noticed a lot of the farms by me is been getting sold and turning into subdivisions.
yeah,
When I see that stuff, I'm like, I get worried
yeah, yeah,
because you guys are kind of like the lifeline,
yeah.
you know.
You can't blame the guy owns the farm if he sells it to a Walmart or big
Yeah,
housing development out there, because they'll take that 100 acres and turn it into 1,000 acres out my way where land costs less for farming than it does, for development around the big
sure.
cities. So, that's, but out here, there's a lot of them turning into solar farms.
Oh, for power? Nice.
Yeah, getting a lot of that around here last year or two.
My wife, she's wanting me to drive her somewhere. So she's like, cut it.
Okay.
Cut the feed.
Sorry if I
Yeah.
say
Hi, how are you?
He said hi. She can't hear you because I have an earbud in, so
Oh, okay.
I had to say hi for you.
Okay.
I have to deliver my bread.
Yeah, she did it all day
Oh.
baking, so she's
Oh,
has to
yeah.
deliver it to
You gotta
people
do it while it's warm.
that ordered it up from her.
Yeah.
All right, Greg.
Nice. All
It's
right.
always a
Thanks,
pleasure.
Arnell.
We like playing with you. Hope to see you at the real tables again soon. Because I like how you play. Because you play similar to me. So
Yeah.
we like seeing that at the table because, like I said, when we're watching other people and their bets aren't, nearly as high as ours,
Yeah.
it just boggles my mind. Because I could tell that they're basically like scared, scared to bet.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I know how to press when I think I need to.
yeah,
So.
that's why I need somebody like you there when I'm playing, because we keep
Problem
each
is
other
we get
kind of.
too competitive and nobody can same bet because the other guy's gonna press or half press and like, oh, well, wait a minute, press mine up too.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that because I'm always chasing you. I'm starting lower than
Well,
you, so don't worry
yeah,
about my
I
presses.
start out with a $15 bet. You were starting out at 10.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's hard to make up that extra nickel by the time it's pressed a couple times.
oh yeah,
But your inside easy seem to do it sometimes.
oh yeah. And like I said, for some reason the randoms hit it for me, the two in a row that I want, you know, because if they
Yeah.
hit it, anybody hits it 2 in a row for me, that's it. I'm out of the hand, and you know, let it ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are funny. One of the dealers did say that they, you know, those inside easies. He said, I guess he used to deal in Detroit, and he said Detroit likes doing that too. I was like, oh, nice. It's nice. It works when you can hit it.
Works when it works.
Well,
When it don't,
well, that's why you got to keep Marty in,
and it
because
can
I
get,
know eventually
it
it's
can
gonna
get
hit.
frustrating.
It's
And
just
pretty soon, if I'm rolling, I'm like, and I roll a 4 and then a hard 6, and you're like, oh my gosh, I better roll an inside easy. I'm killing Arnell.
oh, you trust me, you did. But then you hit it, and I just kept pressing it and made it all back. I was like, unbelievable. I couldn't believe you were whacking me though. You're hitting everything but the inside
Yeah.
easies. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, I do it too. But like I said, as long as you feel comfortable, you know, Marty in it, and you have the, you know, funds to
Yep.
do it, then you'll get it back. I mean, it does get scary if you get
Yeah.
whacked that, you know, 5 or 6 times, but you'll
5
definitely
or
get
6
it
would
back.
be a lot.
Yeah.
5 or 6 would be like, yeah, I better reevaluate this for this guy.
Yeah. All right, Fuzzy.
All right, get your bread delivered.
Gotta go. The wife is.
All right. All right. All right. See you later.
Have a good one.
All right.
Dice climbers, getting hype on the belt, roll the dice and we delve. Step into the table, ain't no hit yourself. Yo, the game's on, money long, check in the palm, bounce off the wall, got my squad staying calm. Bring it in, ain't no bell, crack, like the legend of stats, be collected. Throw a street, land for stones, in the zone, game for watch like a phone. Dice climbers, cause no fear in the eye. Building an empire, striking high against the sky. Bankrolls, heart and soul, let the fervor ignite. Victory tonight, it's gambling light. Roll that come out, bang, about to spread my fame. Win or lose, game confused, ain't no shame in the chain. Sweat, drips, love, yeah, they insane. Crush, baby, spinning in welcoming rain. Crowd buzzes, cheers on the rise. Back door pass, your dream no longer resides. Chasing, they taste no sky. Fortune cookies, live the box, just rolling the dice. Dice grinders, cause no fear in the eye. On fire, building an empire, striking high against the sky. Bankrolls, heart and soul, let the fervor ignite. Victory tonight, it's gambling light. Dice grinders.